Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at IREN. This was a stock analysis request from one of the followers, and I wanted to let you know that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. Now on this chart we have quite a mess going on here in this initial movement to the upside from the all-time low. We are dealing either with a leading diagonal in a wave 1 or with a very odd and weird series of 1-2 setups in this area. So I could consider this a 1-2 1-2, then this would be a 1-2 3 4th 5th, yeah. So, or I could just consider the entire move to the upside as a wave 1 in a leading diagonal. It is kind of difficult to tell, but anyway, we are looking at a wave 1 up and a possible third wave forming to the upside within an impulse in this area. Now, if this really is to be a singular wave 1, and if we are looking here for a third wave, we would expect to reach certain levels within this wave 3. And yeah, we even have here a truncation basically in this 5th wave to the upside where it barely made an additional high. It is quite difficult to be tracking. Now, regardless, we are looking for the ideal target for the wave 3 at the 138.2% extension of the wave 1, which is around the $229 level. Okay, now considering that and the structure that is building within these movements, within this wave to the upside, I do see the potential to get to those levels. And as long as we hold the areas of support, I don't even necessarily see a problem with reaching these levels. Now we can even actually remove these. I can go here into the shorter time frame now and basically lay out the plan. So what I am tracking in this area is a double 1-2 1-2 setup, and this as the third wave up. So what we are left with to complete is a 4-5 pattern and then another 4-5 pattern. After that is done, I would expect the third wave to be complete. I would have a full count. Now if it extends even higher, it may be the case, it could work out, but this is what I would expect at a minimum within this structure, which we are tracking here to the upside, yeah? And we can even add here the counts for this interpretation. So here we have a 1-2, a 3rd, 4th, and a 5th to be forming in this area. And once these are complete, we have the third wave complete. Now, for this to work out, we need to hold at all costs the support levels for the wave 4 correction that we are tracking right now. In this case, we are looking between the $51.7 all the way down to the $33.5 level at the 50% retracement. So far so good. We have pushed into the 38.2% retracement, and we have even gotten our initial reaction to the upside. However, within this correction, from the top here in the wave 3, I have to say there is a good chance I could be tracking this as a 5-wave move to the downside, which would suggest that this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a wave A, and it is rather likely than not that after the correction in the wave B, we should be prepared for a follow-up movement in a 5-wave pattern to the downside in a wave C, basically resetting the low for the wave 4. Now, if that really is the case, we need to be watching out for resistance at the levels here between the 38.2% retracement, which is at the $51 level, all the way up to the $66.8 level at the 78.6% retracement, where if we manage to break above the 78.6% retracement, well, it would be a good initial sign, maybe not even initial, we might get other signs before, but it would be a good signal that this structure, this extension lower, is not going to work out. It is not a guarantee. For this to be the case, I would need to see a break above the third wave top, in this case, the beginning of the wave A. And yeah, if we manage to break above that, I wouldn't even consider necessarily that this would be the interpretation that we should be tracking, yeah? It could still take us lower, but again, not preferred, heavily unpreferred scenario to be working out if we break here even above the 78.6% retracement. So far within this pattern to the upside, we have gotten into the 38.2% retracement and we have already gotten rejected. But not in any way. We have gotten rejected after forming a possible 5-wave move to the upside. Now, I could still see extensions working out within this pattern, within this wave 5, but I'm not going to focus on that too much. We might not even get them in the end. What I would be watching out for, even in the yellow interpretation in this area is an extension. So the same way we are looking after a 5-wave move to the downside, whoops, not like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th to the downside in a wave A, we are looking for the 3-wave correction to the upside. In a wave B, we are looking for a 5-wave move to the downside in a wave C. The same way can be tracked, the same pattern can be tracked here in a smaller time frame within this wave B. Because we have a 5-wave move to the upside within the wave A, we have the possibility of looking for a retracement into a wave B, which would be at the levels between the $46.6 all the way down to the $41.8 level. As long as we hold here the levels of support, we are looking with high likelihood for at least another extension to the upside within this yellow resistance levels, yeah, within this wave B reset. Now, if we manage to push within this structure and break again even above the 78.6% retracement, it might be an interesting signal to be tracking for the larger 5th wave to be unfolding. But at this point, we don't have any of these confirmations. Now, from an entry perspective, we are looking at the white support zone for the area that is interesting to look for an entry, yeah? This is a high probability area to create the reversal to the upside in a wave 5, where if we break here above or below the 50% retracement, it is likely that this setup, this whole interpretation of the impulse going on is not going to work out, which means we can have a favorable risk-reward ratio within this area of support for the 5th wave to the upside. Additionally, we also have here an internal area of support for, who knows, maybe in the white scenario we could even track here a 1-2 setup, yeah? We could be looking for the 3rd wave to follow 4th and the 5th to build the larger 5th wave to the upside. It could work out, but no guarantee. However, it is an area of support in the smaller time frame within a larger area of support, so it is an even higher likelihood area to be looking for a potential profit movement to the upside, yeah? And if we are to look here at relevant areas of support, structural support, we are also seeing here between the $45.6 level all the way down to the $44.6 level. We have here a gap in which we can expect additional support, yeah? We have here the area of support that is in confluence with these levels, and it is rather likely than not to get at least some bonus strength when getting into those levels within this correction in the supposed wave B in blue. Now again, this could work out as a 1-2. It doesn't have to play out the AB scenario in blue, and I suppose we could even add it to the chart, but it would just clutter it up just a bit more, and I want it to be simpler to read. But for now, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.